Hey everybody, Max here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse, Batman Begins, Batman. This is a really cool one. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I decided to take a chance and see for myself, and I gotta say it's actually pretty good. Some of the criticisms that others have made, I'm not really seeing a problem. So maybe that was just unique to their particular figure, but this one turned out okay. Package comes with the trading card that I typically don't take out and another stand, which sometimes I do. A movie poster from Batman Begins. Probably my favorite Batman movie of all time is Batman Begins. Just phenomenal. I like the whole trilogy, but Batman Begins has just got a very special place in my heart. So that is the package, typical stuff that we get from McFarlane. He comes with, let's see, he comes with his grappling hook. He comes with a left-handed fist that actually has a bomb in it. I'm surprised they didn't color that. Well, yeah, but in the movie it probably isn't colored. But hey, you can color it if you want to. Let's see. He's got this weird. Now I agree. I get the criticism on this thing. It just doesn't quite look right at the end of the movie. He's got like three of these of his batarangs clutched between his fingers, and he's threatening Ra's al Ghul, and it just doesn't. The paint is a little splotchy. It just looks odd. It just doesn't look right. And so I probably won't be displaying him with this. I do like the grappling hook gun, and he also comes with a overly large, almost as big as the bat symbol batarang. Yep, it's as big as the bat symbol. So this is supposed to be a batarang, and the grappling hook is pretty good. It's a little rubbery, but it is in there tight because these. One thing I'll say about McFarlane, their plastic is solid. It doesn't. None of the parts just feel top down, don't feel rubbery like some like stuff from Hasbro at times. But but of course these feel a little rubbery. This Batarang feels soft. Same way with this guy. There's some flexibility to it, and maybe that's for the better. Maybe that's for the good. Gives you a little more. It's not likely to get brittle and break or paint rub, perhaps. So, but I do like. It's all gold. I would have preferred. I don't know if the whole thing was gold in the movie. I think it had different colors to it, so they just kind of cheaped out and went with just solid gold paint. So, but the design is pretty good. I think it very closely matches what you saw in the movie. And that's pretty much it in terms of accessories. Comes with a wired cape and has this kind of same vinyl material. It I don't like it necessarily because it's because of the wrinkles. It comes in the package, kind of draped, kind of through a little porthole kind of thing, and it's going to sit there for some of these figures. It's going to sit like that for years. So I don't know any way of getting the wrinkles out, and maybe steaming them perhaps. But I'm afraid I wouldn't use an iron on this, but maybe a steam blast or something would straighten it out. But anyway, I think I finally understood it. It just kind of dawned on me why, like a lot of the figures have cloth capes, but Batman seems to be getting this kind of vinyl material. And what I think is the reason is that it's lighter and and it will maintain its shape when the wires are, for the most part, extended. So it doesn't, I mean, yes, there's some weight to it, but you can actually do that. And it does not droop too much in the back like every other cloth cape. So I tried this with Superman's cape, and it makes me think that any kind of squared off, straight cape should probably be wired too, so you can have a little more playability with it, a little more. Uh, oh, I can't think of the word, but I'm getting a little tired. So but yeah, that's why I think they use this particular material because oftentimes Batman is depicted jumping, jumping off a rooftop or something like that, and his cape is displayed completely extended, and this is a material that can allow for that. So, don't know if anybody else has mentioned that before, but getting into the articulation, standard standard stuff that we've seen from McFarlane. The sculpt is really good. Some have pointed out that there's texturing in the undersuit, and that doesn't really, I don't know why. People have wondered why, but it doesn't bother me. It gives it a little, I don't know, just a little extra separation, or it so it's not just flat plastic. Maybe there's a reason for it. I don't know in terms of the manufacturing process, but at any rate, the sculpt is very good in the chest, on the belt, and they actually painted the thing all the way around. So that's great. You get a pretty good T-pose. This shoulder pad here is attached to the bicep, and I don't think that was, maybe just, I would prefer it being attached to the upper shoulder, and that, instead. So, and then draped down. That way it doesn't necessarily, well, that would probably get in the way too. So let's get the cape out of the way. He goes all the way around. These arms are a little on the stiff side, but even with this shoulder pad, you can get pretty good range of motion. You can get almost a T-pose, and it's soft and flexible enough that it's not really getting in the way, but just be aware. So yeah, this is just a little kind of sticky. Both sides are kind of that way. But even with this shoulder pad here being attached to the bicep, it doesn't really get in the way. I thought it was going to, but you can kind of work with it. I mean, in a way it's in the way. Maybe they could have just sculpted it onto the shoulder here, just change the shape a little bit, or smooth it out, or just left it off. I don't know. But anyway, that's not really anything I'm dinging it for. But it has the floating shoulder and all that. The head sculpt is very good. I mean, I definitely see Christian Bale in this, and I always liked this particular cowl. And the eyes came out really well. And one thing about the McFarlane Batman figures is that they don't always get under the nose. So they got under the nose with the flesh paint. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Might not be exact. This may be the head sculpt from one of the Dark Knight figures, but it's close enough. So he looks down fairly well. Not so much going up. He looks mainly straight ahead. So fixed neck. Some have complained that they wanted the neck to be one piece, so I mean, they actually don't want more articulation. That doesn't bother me. Yes, it doesn't flow. It doesn't look exactly like it does in the movie, but that's fine with me. I'd rather his head be able to turn, even though in the movie he couldn't. But so we got typical pinned joints, good range of motion on those, and typical McFarlane wrist joints, although these look really good. I dogged them out for sometimes the joints being a little too thin, but these seem very good, fairly well scaled, I would say. And I gotta say that the glossy black paint on the gauntlets, I like that. Thought that was a nice touch, with the flat black everywhere else, and then the gold on the utility belt. And yes, he's got the hands are textured too, even though everything was smooth in the suit in the movie. But I'm not really complaining. I think it looks really good. And let's see, splits. So he gets good bat splits. Oh, I didn't do the torso. I'll get that in a second. So good bat splits. Yeah, no thigh cut, which is always a shame. And some McFarlane figures have a little rotation in the hip. There's hardly any with this guy. Yeah, hardly any, which is a shame. He does not lean forward much at all. He doesn't lean forward. He leans back. So I don't know why that is designed the way it is. So, but there you have it. He kicks up about 90 degrees. Not too bad for a McFarlane figure. I think this one, because of the color scheme and everything, and it's not recreating like the diaper of a classic Batman costume. They can kind of cut the thigh um, and cut this thing a little higher, I guess is what I'm trying to say, so that you can get it doesn't hinder as much as some other figures do. Although I don't know why they shape it in the back the way they do, so that that sometimes the rear end can sometimes get in the way a little bit too. So, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I do like the flat black plastic, and the knees are pretty good. You expect that far. And got the ankle swivel. It's a little sticky, but I do like the flat black, or not the glossy black for the boots. And right is just a little on the stiff side. And really good range of motion, goes forward and back very far, and then has the toe. And pretty good sculpt on the feet as well. So yeah, on the whole, I think this is a really solid figure. Um, it does turn at the waist fairly well, and the diaphragm's a little stiff just because of the shape. But at any rate, I thought I might be disappointed with this guy based on some other reviews, but on a whole, I think he's kind of, I mean, it's kind of what you would expect from McFarlane, and in terms of articulation and everything. But in terms of sculpting, I think it's very solid. I like it quite a lot. And other than wishing I could get the wrinkles out of this cape is pretty good. Accessories are a little dodgy, but nothing I'm going to really complain about. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this guy a warp factor of 7.5. I think he's a 7.5, sure. Um, I think that McFarlane, obviously, I kind of always rate him a little bit lower than some other figures, simply because McFarlane still has pinned joints and doesn't have same articulation as some other 1/12 scale figure lines. So yeah, I think he's a 7.5. What's really selling it for me is the sculpting, and that definitely kind of wins the day for me. So 7.5 for this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting pretty close to 200 subscribers, and I want to continue to keep growing. So your subscription definitely helps with that, and I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will talk at you guys next time.